And I can't stop thinking about the way things used to be. And I can't stop doing without about the love that you gave to me. And I can't get you out of my head. How in the world could I be? I know I hit that.
Okay, Tony. Yes, you did. I love it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes, honey.
Did we have a guest star?
The living legend, Tony Braxton.
I love her.
You know, you gotta hit the and I can't stop thinking about. It's not about. Can you do that?
I cannot.
You cannot do that.
No, I can't. I'm gonna practice when I get home, though.
You can't. You either got it or you don't.
I guess I don't.
Oh my God. We know she can't suck dick.
Because I can't hit the Tony.
And I can't stop thinking about.
Really? It just has to do with sucking dick, or does this have to do with like the sex voice?
It's all about the jaws.
Wow.
You see my jaw? You see that?
I was gonna ask a question about demonstration.
No question. Just look. Look and learn.
Look and learn. Look, learn, and listen.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. I mean, you know Tony know how to suck dick if she's with Birdman, because I bet he got a big old thing.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if he has a big old thing.
Why?
I just don't know.
It's not true that all big men have, you know.
No, I don't think that's true either.
That's not true.
That's not true. I know that's not true.
So why do you think that about him?
Because it's just Birdman. I don't know. But you know what? Maybe.
You know, them southern dudes. They eat cornbread.
So you think his dick is big from
actually
cornbread?
still cook. So
this touche.
They grow up and the body is developing the way it should.
Birdman have been through a lot. I don't know.
What does that have to do with his eating habits?
Maybe we should ask Weezy about it.
Oh my God! Allegedly.
I
don't have nothing against Lil Wayne.
I
mean,
I like Lil Wayne.
Do you?
I do. I'm not really sure
I
about
I don't have a reason to hate him or like him.
I don't hate him.
You know,
I like him. I don't understand how his 22 braids turned into 3, but hey.
We know how it leaned.
Allegedly. No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember Lil Wayne had came to St. Louis one year to perform, and he decided to go ride on a skateboard and fucked himself up on the skateboard, so had to cancel the
Really?
Yes.
You know he came to Springfield once too.
Did he?
He did.
I did not know that.
I told you Springfield once upon a time was a decent town.
What happened?
We had a few a few governors go to jail, stealing money, took all the funds. Can't nobody come here no more.
Now no one can come here anymore.
Like we used to have like HIV, AIDS, like awareness concerts.
Didn't we used to have like a gay pride parade too? Do we still have that?
A parade? Do they still do the parade?
I don't know how.
They have the fest.
It's kind of like, oh, it's not a parade.
I mean, if you want to call it that.
Right. I didn't go the very last time, and I was supposed to go. I don't know what happened.
I think they did used to have a parade. I don't think they have it anymore.
Okay.
But they did, like, their HIV concerts. We've had, like, Mary come here.
At the fairgrounds?
No, at the convention center.
Really? At the BOS?
Yes.
Really?
And back then, it was not called BOS. Prairie Convention Center.
That's what it was called.
Okay, for the natives.
That was Baker Springfield.
For the natives, y'all know what the Prairie Convention Center was.
Right, that part. See, I'm not from here, so. Well, I am, but I'm not. So, I was born here.
We had A-list celebrities.
That's crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
Because this is the capital.
Thank you.
Even though people think Chicago is the capital.
This is the capital.
Anytime you tell somebody you're from Illinois, the first thing they'd be like, is Chicago? Like, you do know there is a capital, like Springfield.
But you know what? New York is not the capital of New York. Albany is the capital.
And people just assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We did have things. You know
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know because it's boring as hell now.
I keep telling you, before 2008, it was a decent town.
And then shit just hit the fan.
It hit something more than the fan.
Right. It hit something. Oh, my goodness.
So today's episode is actually about you, and you don't even know it. It's all about you, because we need your expertise.
Oh, Jesus.
We want to talk about IR dating.
I'm sorry?
I can't use abbreviations.
No, we need words, because I don't know what the fuck IR is. And coming from you, I need
Oh
an
my
actual
gosh.
explanation. Because I may admit to something or
This
say
is
something.
Not
No, this
a
is that.
sexual innuendo.
I don't know when it comes to you. I'm an IR, yeah. I'm thinking I know what I'm talking about, and I have no idea. And you be like, oh, bitch, really? And I'm like, wait.
Oh my gosh.
So IR meaning?
It means dating outside of your race.
What does that have to do with me?
Because you spent a lifetime doing it.
I definitely did. Yes, I definitely did.
Okay.
So what's the question?
I'm not about that life.
That is so
I've only
crazy.
fucked 2 white guys.
Really? Yeah.
Well, actually only 1, because second dick don't count.
I've only fucked 2 black guys, so.
And one of
So
them
it is
didn't
what it
even
is.
come because I was done. Like,
You were over it.
I told you, I'm
did.
good for it. When I'm done,
That's it and that's all.
that's it.
Like, you know what?
Like-
Ain't nobody trying to please. We're done.
You get what I'm saying?
We're done.
Because people will try to blame their erectile dysfunction on
On
you.
somebody else.
That's
Like, no,
not
you've
me.
been had that
Yeah.
problem. Don't blame that shit on me. But wait, so we're talking about dating outside the race. What is IR?
You know what IR is?
I'm
Think,
listening.
think about it.
Mm-mm.
Think about what is IR, Zach?
Interracial.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
You have a black girlfriend?
No.
No.
He told us his girlfriend's name was like
Jenna.
Jenna.
Yeah, I don't know any black Jennas.
So, okay, what are we talking about?
But Zach, who is your favorite like black woman celebrity crush?
You have to have one.
And don't lie and say you don't, because I'm sure she does.
You fantasize. Right, that part. And so does your girl.
You don't think Kelly Rowland is beautiful? He said, "Who's that?"
Really?
Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland.
Beyonce.
Beyonce from there.
Okay, listen. We're going to come back to
Oh
you.
my, we're not.
Yes, we are. We're
That
going to
was
let
a
him think about
waste
the
of-
black people.
It was a waste of space.
It really was.
It's
fine.
Oh my
I bet if you ask Jenna, she has one.
God. Holly Berry?
Halle Berry.
When she's mixed. Let's try a real one.
Wow. Jesus. Holly's going with the black folks, just so you know.
She came back around.
She did. She did. She
did.
kind of
Had to get her hearing knocked out, but hey, it happened.
be like that.
learned.
It'd be like that sometimes. Jada Pinkett.
Oh my gosh. I told you I still like Jada.
I love Jada.
Still like her.
She is so funny. But that goes, oh my goodness, speaking of
IR.
interracial relationships. Did you hear about the guy? I cannot think of his name. I actually was just reading about him, and I read about him like last week. Black guy who used to be like, I don't date black girls, blah, blah, blah. And then his white girlfriend apparently stabbed him and killed him.
Yeah, he was African.
He's still black. But yeah, him.
I mean,
But they try to say, they try to jock it up to.
you know, I know you, but you know how they act. They come over here and think they better than us.
That part.
And then we be trying to warn them.
And they be like, nope.
They'll take their side before us. I'm sorry.
All day. And now that
So-
he's gone, rest his soul, now they're like, now everyone is bringing up the allegations about him like, I would never date a black girl. After black girls, I ain't even into black girls. I'm just like,
It's hard for me to feel sorry for him.
I think that's the argument is a lot of people are like, that's what you get. Type
Yes,
for them. And it's unfortunate.
absolutely.
Not me. I'm just saying a lot of people are like, that's what you get.
Me?
Right. I'm just saying, like, you did all that, like, thinking that you wanted you a snow bunny, and then
Because this is why I said this show is really all you, because I can become very biased.
Really?
And yeah, really, me, biased. I can become one-dimensional on this subject, and I can actually offend people. And I'm trying
I don't think
not
that has to do with just this subject. I think you can offend people anyway. But I guess if you want to blame the subject, that's fine.
Because I do feel like, I feel like when niggas go to the other side, whatever happens, that's all you. Don't come over here complaining. Don't
About-
get yourself in a pickle and then want us to march for you.
Right.
We can only march for so many people. We only have so many days in a year.
That part.
We can't hold the banner and save everybody.
So
we're not going to save you.
So you think when they, I guess you say crossover or whatever, and date outside their race, and they have an issue, now they want to go back to pro-black, and then they want us to be
Yes.
on their backside. It's just like, no.
And also I hate the thing, they call it pandering. Okay, so you have singers like Tank.
Yes.
His main audience is who? black women.
Black women. But he doesn't date black women, does
He's
he?
married to a white woman.
Right.
Oh, you know, they'll say, well, she's got black in her. And
Her
she
sister,
has
auntie's cousin
she has
down
an
the line.
exotic look.
Right.
Look, I don't have time to be figuring out the United Nations.
She's white.
You're white.
Right. Well, see, and I get that, but like you said, I actually was dating outside my race, but I ended up with a black man. But
Yes.
you know what I mean? And all of my kids are light skinned. But even my kid that I have with a black man is super light skinned.
She is.
Which is so crazy. Like she may be lighter than my other kid. No, they're all the same. They all like are super light skinned.
But I also feel like you never gave the super pro black demeanor.
I don't.
But you also don't give the I hate myself either.
Right.
You play it very neutral, which I think people should
You
do.
have to, but everybody can't because people, I
Yes.
think you have a lot of, I do notice that you have, when black girls date outside their race, they feel like they have to play that part. Me, I've never been that person. Like,
Right.
I'm a sister no matter what. It doesn't even matter. I'm going to act the same. I'm going to talk the same. And this and that. You know what I mean? Like, but you do have those people that feel like they have to adapt because they're with the white man now. Or you have those black guys that feel like they have to adapt because they're with a white woman.
I'm going to say this. I've always felt like when two cultures mix like that, one culture is going to be dominant.
The more dominant.
So do you ever felt like your culture was downplayed?
No, see,
them?
I never felt that way dating outside my race. Maybe because I'm a dominant type of female, so it really doesn't matter. But like even with my oldest son's dad, he's Cuban and white. Like no black in him at all. Cuban and white. His mom is completely white and his dad is completely Cuban.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's like, he tries to act black. Well, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But my point is saying that our issue wasn't the race thing. Our issue was that he was older than me. And our disagreement came with like, he didn't, because I was extremely younger than him. And like, he also had daughters that were like 5-6 years younger than me. So exactly, it was weird. So it was just like, and then they used to call me like mom and stuff. Like, girl, it's kind of awkward. You know, I get it, but it's like we're, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a little female, like, you know, but back then I was even littler. So like me and him and his two daughters would go out, and I'm his whole fiance, and we're out in public, and they're like, "Oh, your daughters are so cute!" Like, and instead of him taking that role, like, this is my fiance. Actually, he just kind of like laughed it off. That was our issue. It wasn't ever a race thing. It was more so the age difference. He offended me with that. That's what I mean.
He offended you.
He offended me with like,
but
not.
you wanted him to defend you more.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because of the fact like someone's coming over here like, oh, your daughters and your daughter's friend or whatever. Like, I'm your whole fiance. Like, don't laugh that shit off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's any situation. But ours wasn't a race thing. It was an age thing. I think.
Let me get off topic a little because I'm glad you said that because this goes into something I saw on social media today.
Okay.
This woman, her boyfriend was looking at porn.
Okay.
You know, porn can do a lot of role playing.
Right.
He was looking at porn between, they were acting like it was a father and the daughter. So she
assumed that it was some weird shit going on.
Kicked him out, and she said, well, if you would look at something like that, you would do that to your own daughter. How do you feel about that?
So I don't believe that. I don't believe.
Because you're saying this man that you were with, he could possibly see you as his daughter because you were that age range.
You know what?
So could it be like some freak fantasy thing?
So the thing is with him, I definitely think it was some like, not only was I younger than him, but I was a black female on top of that.
Fetish.
A young tenderoni female. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I don't think it was, and like, I don't ever look at him like, oh, you used to look at your daughters and stuff like that. That's not how I look at him. But in the same instance, like, it just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know his childhood or his past life, or, you know what I'm saying? He could, like, I might well go through his history and find some shit like that. He may be really into that young black girls and big white cocks or some shit. I don't know.
But
like,
do you think this woman was wrong for kicking her boyfriend out the house?
Especially, unless, I think that was wrong unless she had some kind of like, what's the word? Unless there was already signs before, and then that kind of like justified everything. Like, no wonder why you do this and do that.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about it.
Right.
I'm just like, But here's the thing. I think a lot of people lie when it comes to sex role play fantasies.
Meaning?
We've actually talked about this before. But even Mano, the rapper Mano today.
Okay.
So he had an interview with Angela Yee.
Okay.
You know, her lip talk, whatever,
Yeah,
the
all that
sex
shit,
show.
right.
And he was talking about how he has fantasies about being a slave, a runaway slave, and with a white woman. And he just got beat by Massa, and she comes in.
So is he black?
Mano's black.
Does he date outside his race?
I didn't know that until now. But I don't even think for him it's a dating thing. It's just a sexual fantasy.
But see, I don't feel like okay, I think to a certain extent maybe, but I don't feel like just the type of porn you watch is, you know, it's just like example, like people watch certain things on TV and they are into it. Even as a movie, I'm not even talking about porn, just regular movies.
Right.
You know, like they like movies of people in war and this and the other, but they're never going to go join the military. They never want to actually go out there and shoot people. So should I be like, oh my gosh, you play, you know what I'm saying, Final Destination, or you play Call of Duty, you're a murderer, I'm going to leave you. You know what I mean? Just because it's a thing. But like, for myself, I like watching lesbian porn.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I can't see myself licking no vaginas, so I can never be a lesbian. So,
right,
you know what I mean. So that doesn't mean that I'm.
It's a very fine
lesbian.
It's a very fine line, and I'm with you. With the woman, it's like, well, you must have
already had some doubts to even be like, that's it.
And
I knew
that was
it.
just the end for you.
And that's how I feel with that. That's how I feel. But
I do think with a lot of people, their sexual kinks and fantasies can just go
boom,
and that's why a lot of times people are very discreet about what they want. Like, we talk about scat on this show a lot.
Yes, no, just you talk about it.
People are
don't put that shit on me.
Especially are very ashamed to.
But that's the thing.
Talk about their sexual
and it's crazy because
desires.
And that's the thing. People are just, and that's kind of goes back to when I was asking you, like, do you feel like if a female or male, well, let's say female, because for some reason when males do it, it's like, okay. But when a female has a bunch of sexual partners, does that make her a hoe? Like, does it? She's single. They all know about each other. They're, you know what I'm saying? She's wrapping it up, or they're all throughout this clean.
Feel like,
you know what I
really
mean?
Feel that who is defining it?
Right. Like, who's the judge of this?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody's gonna have their opinion, but people can say you're a hoe when you got someone who. You know what I'm saying? Say there's a person that dresses provocative, titties out, ass out all the time.
Yes.
But she's probably never cheated on her man and this and the other. But people first thing they say, oh, she a hoe. Look how she dressing.
Yeah.
It's that judgment. You know what I'm saying? This may be the most loyalist bitch ever.
I feel the same way because me and you talk about this all the time, how I am not out there like people think I am.
Right, but just because of the things you say and
the few experiences I share with people, they're so detailed and they're so honest and transparent.
Right.
They just think,
oh my God, he's out there.
But my whole thing is, the main people that's trying to cast this judgment
is really out there.
They got me beat.
Facts. They got really me out there.
But they'll be like, when they're reading my stuff, oh my gosh,
I can't believe it.
I would never. Like, you already have.
Right, but so what are you talking just because no one knows about it, like, doesn't mean, like, and that's the thing,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
You can teach me a thing.
Right, that part. And see, that's the thing, that's what I mean.
But I'm like, who's the judge of what that even means?
And that's the thing.
That has to be a contract between who you're with.
Exactly.
Because I always say, okay, say if I was married, I want an open relationship. I tell that with everybody. I don't think I want my husband eating everybody's ass.
Understandable.
Like, I just don't think that should be
a thing.
Freely accessible.
Right.
So for me, it's like, I don't care who he fucks. But if I hear about you eating that nigga ass...
This is deep. Now we got a problem.
We have a problem.
But, I mean, that goes back to, like, we had a conversation when you were like, I think sucking dick is sucking dick. But I think fucking is more of a, you know, an intimate thing. Yes. And to me, I'm like... I think fucking is fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to fuck, whatever, wrap it up, do what you do. But when it comes to sucking dick, to me, I feel like sucking dick is more of an intimate thing. But it's like, who's wrong, who's right? It's not a right or wrong. It's about
a
personal preference. It's
personal preference and the contract you have
with that individual
who you're involved with.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. But like you said, people are in denial. People don't want to tell the truth about what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was in school, like high school.
Right.
And this guy in school, in class, he's like, teacher, I have a question. He's like, sometimes when I'm just, you know, with my girl and we be fucking, I mean, he said this.
Wow.
And
what school did you go to?
Southeast High School.
Wow.
Proud graduate, Spartan. class of '08, actually '07 because I graduated early, but I still claim '08. But anyway,
You can't claim Miss.
I can claim whatever I want
You
to.
can't. You're
because
07.
I'm that bitch, and I will always be that bitch.
It's Spartan. A Spartan. Go Spartans. Go Spartans.
So it was like, her name was Miss Hickey. I'll never forget. She was
No wonder why he felt comfortable talking
Miss
to her.
Hickey.
No wonder why he felt comfortable talking to her.
Literally about 68 years old.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. What
Yeah.
class was this?
This was actually like
Health?
child care, like child, like
Like a
rearing
child
class.
development class?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. Like a home ec?
Like she taught home ec as well. The thing about it,
I'm trying to figure out why this student felt so
Listen,
comfortable
okay.
asking.
The whole thing is, I wanted to take sewing in high school, right?
Okay.
They had a sewing class, but the week before that class was supposed to start, the dean calls me in. We got to find something else for you to be in
Why?
because sewing didn't have
Cool.
enough people interested.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. And they just thought that class was like
No,
a
it
lot of
wasn't.
stuff today. It like
Oh, it's not. It's
shop
not. It's irrelevant.
and
They don't
wood
care.
and,
Yeah,
like those trades, they're disappearing.
they are.
And
they
I was
are.
very sad. I was so excited to learn how to sew. But anyway, so I'm just like,
I never even heard of sewing in class.
I know.
and that would be actually pretty cool if you had.
It-
I've never heard of it, but that's because, like you said,
right, because bitches don't know how to sew.
at all.
But
I be looking on YouTube. I be trying to sew the shit out some shit.
everybody just used the Cricut machine now.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
but they swear they were designers.
Right.
Okay.
That part. That part.
So me even being in this class is like, it was like, just, he was like, pick something. I'm like, this sounds easy.
Right.
Right? Okay. So I ended up with a fake baby and everything in this class. Like the
Like,
ones you
yeah,
take
I did that
home.
before. I did that.
That's how I knew I should not have kids.
I thought about that too when I took the baby home. I think my baby was good. I don't know. I think we went to a club or something. It was crazy.
The club.
Me and my baby went to the
But
club. I'm like, it's not real. Don't worry.
I was a good parent. I only missed one feeding, and that was at 2 a.m. I was asleep, okay? So it was just on its own.
It just, save yourself, little baby.
Okay?
So he asked his teacher.
He asked the teacher, me and my girl is just fucking. He's like, excuse my language. I'm just trying to, get it out.
Right.
Because he's like, I'm nervous to say this or whatever. He's like, sometimes I just want to call her a bitch. And sometimes it just comes out. And I don't mean to call her a bitch, but it only happens when we're fucking.
so serious.
He was very sincere.
He was so serious. Like, this is a problem. He needs it addressed
He was
immediately.
like, I don't mean to disrespect her, and I don't want to think, I don't think of her that way outside of the bedroom, but when we're doing it, I just say that, and it comes out. And I think about how many people, when they're in that
moment.
Yes. They're doing things they wouldn't normally do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? But if they said those things out loud, it would be so horrible.
Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. But that's the thing.
I think a lot of people are doing it more than what they admit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like the people, like, you know what I'm saying? You in the bed, like you said, just eating ass. In the bed, your tongue, you doing this, your tongue slipping there, blah, blah, blah. To them, it's in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Your tongue just slipped in my ass. So now we having an argument and you be eating my ass. Bitch, I ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even remember that.
Right. Now motherfuckers want to be in denial. Really?
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, come on, make it make sense. But at the same time, it's just like, what is the embarrassment? What's the problem? Like, what is the problem? And I feel like that's why people were like so keen on Kevin Gates when he came out talking about eating ass. People was like laughing at it, but they're like, we can relate. So,
And
you know what I mean? Like,
there, you know what? To even open that gate further, when Kevin Gates was talking about fucking his cousin,
yeah.
but didn't know it was his cousin at first.
But you got motherfuckers who's fucking their cousin, they know that they're
And
their
they
cousin.
know.
And they know that they're
And
their
they
cousin.
know.
And then I hear people with their stories, yeah, I didn't know that was my cousin. Motherfucker, you knew that was your
They
cousin.
knew.
Y'all went to all
And
the
they
family
didn't
events
care.
together.
They
Exactly.
didn't care because you hear that, oh, my cousin is so fine. If he
gonna lie.
wasn't my cousin, I would. You
Right.
hear that a
A
lot.
lot. If
A
that wasn't
lot.
like, or that's like my second cousin. That's like my third. Like,
if you get jittery and blush
when you get around your cousin,
I don't trust what you'll do.
Right.
When we're not here.
it's a little suspect. Family events are canceled if I'm not there. Like,
you know what I mean?
for real though, but you have
and it's
families
not
like
even
that.
because people will quickly go to we're talking about grown ass people. This ain't got nothing to do with somebody messing with kids, nothing
At
like
all.
that.
We're talking about grown
it's like
people.
You're of age, everybody's of age.
Everybody knows what they're doing.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I believe that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's funny. Well, it's not funny. So I had a situation, went to a family event with a significant other.
Mhm.
Went to a family event.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
And, we're at the family event. Cousin comes twerking her ass on, you know what I'm saying, on her cousin.
Yes.
And I'm just
Yes.
like, and everyone's laughing like, hee hee ha ha. And I'm just looking like,
This is weird.
This is weird.
This is inappropriate.
And then it's like, oh, that's just my cousin. And I'm just like, but what if I started twerking my ass on my cousin? Like, on my male cousin? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just uncomfortable. But you know what I'm saying? Is that, I don't know. And to me, like, in the back of my mind, like, I don't trust you around your cousin at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you're okay with your cousins twerking their ass in some tight ass clothes on your penis area. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get, like, I'll go out with my homegirls and we'll be dancing with each other and stuff like this. You know what I mean?
That's different.
But that's like me going to me. That's like me going and twerking my ass on my brother. Like, it's just weird.
Right. And,
it's
and
weird.
Then the way you explained it to me was, this is not like distant cousins.
Right.
Like,
first cousin type ordeal.
right.
Like,
this is
no.
not, oh, I don't know them like that.
Exactly. You notice. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that was one cousin. And then there's another cousin, like, oh, that's just that because I'm already looking sideways. Like, okay, that's weird. Now here goes this other female cousin. They coming up like, this is my cousin. She got her arm around his like waist and stuff. Like, they're dating, and he's oh, this is my cousin so and so. I'm like, that is weird to me. I already seen one situation. Now I'm seeing this one. It's just weird. But
it's very weird.
It's weird. And then we're gonna pause there, and then we go to the auntie and introduce me to the auntie. And this is exact. I swear to you, this is what the auntie says. Auntie says, "Yeah, this is my baby. Blah 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 blah." Oh, girl, I know he putting it down for you because he used to have a picnic when he was little.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
What kind of weird-ass family is this? Like, make this shit make sense. But to some people, it's like, that's normal. But is it?
And, I hate to go, everybody's first, conclusion is, well, that's an incestual family.
That's what I was thinking.
Molesting the kids or something
right.
like that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I hate jumping to that conclusion.
It's a lot of
that's a lot of accusations.
Yes.
And sometimes people are just fucking weird.
And that's what I'm saying. And the thing is that I came to the conclusion was the family was just fucking weird.
They're just fucking weird.
You know what I mean? Because at first I'm like, man, there's some incest. Or maybe they was sleeping cousins when they was younger. Maybe people was just real touchy-feely. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's just like, okay, that's just how they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like accept it or don't. Like, but it's still, it doesn't make it not weird.
It's definitely inappropriate.
It's just like, auntie can't ever babysit my kids.
Right.
Cousin can never have my kids go to a party with them. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. But hey, to each his own.
No, because I get it, because my mom would never let us go unsupervised to like my dad's side
of the family.
Yes, because she just thought they were a little bit too close for comfort at times.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't let my daughter go to her dad's side of the family.
Yeah, my mom is just like, we're not even going to risk it.
And that's the thing, like, I'm not trying to say I don't want to pass judgment, but
we're not risking
right, because if something does happen, then it's going to be on me, like, it was on the signs. Like, you can't even
play
be
like
mad.
you never had an idea.
Right, so you know what? To eliminate everything, just keep it away. We ain't got no feelings, no hard feelings, but we're just going to keep it away.
And that's why I said I don't like to accuse people of that. Firstly, because as a queer man, first thing people think, oh, you must have been touched as.
I hate that.
That is like so common.
But you hear that a lot, like or the thing, like when I asked you, like around the time we first met, like people be like, when did you know? You know what I mean? And you like at an early age. But the thing is, parents and family, they don't believe that people really know what their sexuality is going to be when they're young. They be like, they're young, they don't know no better.
Right.
And then they grow up and it's still the same thing. They be like, oh,
but
I guess they did know.
What's so funny is everybody always told me before I even they
already knew.
They told me when I was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Before you even thinking about something like that. You're like, this is just me.
Like, what is that? You
right, exactly.
But I hate it because from my observation and conversations with other Black queer men, a lot of them have been.
Right.
So I'm like, well, this is why.
Now that's why they have the stereotype of this, you must have been this.
I'm always like, I did not, nobody. My mom's side.
Nothing, right.
We don't play that. Look, they got crackheads,
all that.
Alcohol. They got a lot of sins. Right. But that ain't one of them.
That is not one of them.
Okay?
Right.
Because I grew up on my mom's side, so I can't speak so much of my dad's side.
But you're like,
my mom's side, that's not a thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So
it was just so weird to me, though, talking to other people, learning that that was a common thing happening to
Because
other
you didn't
people.
think about that. You're like, that's not how my story came.
And-
Or the same thing like you say, you're like, everyone wants to ask you, what's your coming out story?
I don't
I
have
don't have
one.
one. I don't have a coming out story. What are
I
you
feel like
talking
I
about?
should make up some
right,
elaborate.
just to make people it all started.
You know what I mean?
Because people just want, like, what do you
They
mean you don't
want
have
that
one?
drama.
Right.
They want trauma, actually.
They
want
really
to have
do.
a
They want you to
traumatic
be
story.
like, my cousins, aunties, uncles, nephew took me in the
Yeah.
closet one day. Like, no, that never happened.
You know what I
never
mean?
happened. They want it to be a prop. But
Because
that's
people love a train wreck.
that.
That's what they want.
They do. And they want, and it's like, and it sucks because they like affiliate someone's sexuality with a traumatic experience.
Right. I
Like,
hate that.
Why?
Yeah.
Why can't I just be who I am? Why does it
Yeah.
have to be something so negative to even happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, I mean, that goes back to a lot of things though. Like I said, even with like, you have the independent women. Oh, girl, who hurt you? Nobody. I just like to have my own
Right.
job, own money. Like,
Maybe I just like to be stable.
right. Is that okay? Right. You so
I don't want to be
independent.
homeless.
Right. Exactly. That part. Right. They just, but they can't put the two. Someone just
Yeah.
had to do something to you. Or you must have had daddy issues. You don't want no man. No, I just want a good man. If that's okay.
Right, right.
Like, is that okay? Like, it has nothing to do with my daddy. It's about like, like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's just,
And dare I say, it puts me in the mind frame of how much fake gay is out here. Because please forgive me, y'all. If you've been molested, she took a drink.
because I don't know where this is going.
If you've been molested, I can't trust that you would have been gay if you weren't molested.
I feel like how you started that.
Is it authentic?
I feel like how you started that. If you've been, I thought you were gonna go with if you've been molested.
Like
Call
a commercial.
855-762. That's
You should
how
not be laughing.
No, it's
Oh
not
my
funny.
God.
But it's just how you started that off. Listen, if you've been molested, but no, I get that.
It's hard for me to say you are authentically.
But do you?
And I say that because a lot of people who are like representatives, like in the public eye, like someone like Don Lemon and a lot of like, celebrities, they all have that story of being, I'm like, I don't want our face
So let me ask you
to
this.
be molestation.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that this, okay, forgive me when I say this.
Okay.
Do you feel like people are ashamed of their sexuality so they interfere with that? Well, if I come out with a sympathy story, they won't judge me too bad. You know what I mean? Like,
They're
not
using.
Exactly.
They're
You know what I
using-
mean?
yeah.
Like, oh, maybe
I
if
can
I
see
come out
that.
like this,
I
then they
can
won't
see-
be so harsh on me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
this is my thing. And
Because it takes a lot for someone to be a real bitch like me. I understand.
this facts. But this is what I'm
You
saying.
know?
Like, to me, this is hard to just that if someone molests you or someone rapes you of the same sex, it makes you want to go gravitate towards that. I just have a hard time of believing that. Like, example, if your mom or your dad are freaking crackheads, you know what I mean?
It would make me not want
to be a crackhead.
But then for some
But then
other
some,
people,
it's just like, that's all you're around.
they run to it.
Right, but that's because that's around. But I'm just like, how is it that something so traumatic that you did not like, obviously, because if it was rape or molestation or something, if it's something that you didn't like, why are you going back to it? You know what I mean? Like, they did this to me and it hurt my soul so much, so now I just said, I'm just going to accept it. It just...
And you know what? That's a question for someone, not me, to answer. Because that's not my story.
Someone who's actually been molested and then turned out that way.
Questions for them.
Do we have anyone like this?
There's a lot of people like apparently,
Clearly, but I feel like
but they don't want to talk about it either.
And that's another thing. That's why I feel like some people, not everyone, but that's why I feel like some people use it as a front. Because then it's like, well, tell me more. Oh, it's so traumatic, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But you wanted to bring it up to tell your story, but you really don't want to talk about it. So is there really a story behind it?
That is a great point you made, though.
You know what I mean?
That kind of like eases the transition.
It does.
Yeah.
Just like when
Like
you
that
get
is not an initiation of coming out.
Exactly, but that's what people made it seem. I mean, like, when you're a kid and you about to get in trouble, like, shit, if I say I got beat up real bad, when I go in this house, I know I'm 2 hours late, but if I go in there and tell them I got beat the fuck up,
jumped.
and I got jumped, my son does this all the time. I got jumped. Mom, I was trying to make it home, and some niggas jumped me back there. Really? But, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed.
Right,
Like, no, nigga.
right.
No, nigga, you're 3 hours late. Well, where's the bruises? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because you do that, so people do that. They use, negativity and stuff like that to try to ease
But you know
that.
what? I can really, let me wove this into what we were talking about. How about when, like, a nigga or a black woman who was treated bad by their own race,
They want to date
then
outside.
they run outside. Yeah.
I need people to also understand, as a woman who's dated constantly outside of her race, I need people to understand that sometimes there's not really much of a difference. Like, just because this is a white man doesn't mean he doesn't do black people shit.
He's a man.
He's still a man. And I think people, you got the females that be like, I'm going to get me a white man. You can go get your white man, but this nigga may still be, you know what I mean? Like,
Maybe worse.
Maybe worse. And that's the thing. Like, I've been with people outside my race, and it's just like, really?
But you know what? I always said it's not so much for me if I was with a white person. I think I could stand being with the white person until their hair is like wet, because then that reminds me of
Smell
wet
like
dog.
wet dog.
But anyway, like, kiss me when your hair is dry.
So no shower scenes.
Is that racist, Zach?
So no shower scenes. I don't know. Like, my oldest, but see, that's so crazy because my oldest son, like, he has the most white in him out of all my children. And like, but yeah, now that he has dreads, it's like his hair texture turned into nigger hair. But before, it
He
definitely
looks like somebody that work ahead with.
Man, it definitely was a little like doggy-ish. And I used to be like, dude, go take a shower and like
don't like that.
But it's not all thing, but that goes being stereotypical. All white people don't smell like dog when they get wet.
It's not about smelling, okay?
I take a shower with white motherfuckers and they don't all smell like dog.
I don't want them to look like it either. So we can't go to Nice Action Park. I was going to say something. We got way off track. I was going to say, I don't... Stop laughing. I'm being serious.
Oh my goodness. First off, I don't know what's funnier. You talking shit or you keep flicking your hair out your face.
Oh my God. I got to get ready for my Diana Ross hair, okay?
You're just like, oh my God.
Manifesting.
That part. Manifest. Oh my God.
I can date a white person. I don't know if I can deal with their family. So how was that? Like the moms, the sisters, the aunts, the uncles, KKK.
Is that part of the family?
Could be.
But that's the thing though. Like I said, I've dated out of my race with guys whose family wasn't okay with them dating a black girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's just like.
So did you eat at that cookout?
Absolutely. I'm there.
They don't spit in your food.
Hey, Mama Mary. What we eating?
I would
never. I'm there. Like, because this is the thing though, like, but that's one thing I will say, except for like the age thing with my older son's dad. The thing is, like, every person that I've been with, even if their family didn't accept it, their family accepted it for the fact of love out of them. So I never just had it like, I never had a situation where it was just like, don't bring that nigga around me. I never had that. Like,
yeah, but in your face? You never had that? In my face,
that's what I mean. But I've you know what I'm saying? So I've been in situations that it's just like they try so hard to not be that person, but I know they want to be that person deep down. Like in their mind, they're like, this nigger bitch is at my table right now.
They are doing the white.
Yes.
You know the fake smile.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know, I eat shit up like that. Like that shit is just hilarious to me. Like, you need me to help you with anything?
Child.
Let me help you, because I'm for the shits. But I do that with black families too. It doesn't even matter. I might be doing it now.
Oh my.
I do that with black families too.
I don't do that. The fake. I tell them how I feel.
I feel like fake is fake.
I feel like you guys are harassing me and attacking me and making me feel small.
Wow. What's for dinner?
Right.
I'll get my own plate.
Or
don't trust it.
Fix your face.
Man. But that's the thing. Like, seriously, I've never actually had a situation where it was just so uncomfortable. Like, I needed to say something. Like, really, the most uncomfortable situation that I've been with as far as someone's family was with a black guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That made me feel...
Ironically.
Right. Ironically. Like, the white family, I've dated Asians, whites, Spanish... You know what I'm saying? I dated everything.
That's a lot.
It is. And then the one time I actually get into a serious, long-term, committed relationship with a black guy, that's when I have the issues with the family.
Yeah.
And it's just like, really?
You mean the time I told you to run?
You did tell me that. I didn't run, but unfortunately I ran back. But still, we're going strong.
So, okay. About these pilgrims.
That part.
What was the initial attraction?
I don't know. It's just always what I've been attracted to. Like I've never. This gonna sound crazy. I just wasn't attracted to black guys. I don't know what it was.
You don't know why.
I don't know why. And it wasn't that. And like I said, if I seen a black guy, it's like, oh, he's cute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's just, how do I say it? Maybe because I don't even know what it is. I don't know.
So you don't. Okay. Some people believe people have imprints, meaning somebody who made a big impact in your life earlier on in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of look for that guy as you get older.
But
Do
you know
believe
what?
in that? Like, it could be a teacher. Like, oh, I had a Korean teacher, and he always praised me and gave me A's. And so when I got older, I love Koreans.
No, well, see, I get that, but no, that's not like, because my dad, he's my stepfather, but he's been my stepfather since I was 2.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he's a black guy, and he's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
He is a great guy. Everyone says he's a great guy.
He is like,
he's genuine. He's pure.
when I hate to say the word nice, because I think nice has a bad connotation now.
Right.
He's genuinely kind.
Yes.
You get what I'm
and
saying?
you can tell, like,
Yes.
that's what I mean. So it's not even that, because
Your mom hit the jackpot. I'm just going to say
I told my mama that. I told her, better than me. Not my mama.
Right.
Sorry, Mom. But no, seriously, she did. And like I said, my dad is like really a good guy. He's really a good guy. So it's not even that. And
It's not like, because you've seen a great black man.
Exactly.
Yes.
Great black man. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
that's the thing. I grew up with this great black man.
Right,
Treated my
right.
mom like a queen. Still treats my mom like a queen. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's not even that. So I really don't even know what it was. It's just, and some people, and I think the thing is, you know what you're attracted to.
Yes.
And it doesn't have so much to do with color. It just so happened what I was so much attracted to was white guys, light-skinned guys. I don't know if it's the way they carried themselves or this, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to make myself go to events where I was a military brat. So people dressed up in uniform. I didn't have to worry about the people sagging their pants and this, that, and the other. So it's not like I can be like, every dude I seen was a thug and this, and it wasn't even that.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it may be the
Persona of a black
less
guy.
hostile, not so much aggressive. Because with your dad, I'll just say dad, forget the step.
Yeah, dad.
Your dad.
Right.
He's not like walking into the room and trying to take over.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
He's
saying?
so humble.
Very like quiet demeanor.
And when
not a weakling,
but very
you get what I'm saying?
right. And that's the thing.
And sometimes black guys,
they just man the room. They want the attention.
there's a word for it. I can't think of it when they're like they're overcompensating.
Overbearing.
You get
I don't
what
know.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and I see that.
Hyper masculine.
Maybe
That's what
they feel like they just
yeah.
have to just run
The
shit.
Extreme.
They have to be extra and
Yes.
run shit. Maybe that
And I
could
don't
be
think
it.
other races have that complex as our men do.
But you know what? I think that is actually a good factor, because thinking back to all the men that I actually did date that were outside of my race, they were very laid back, very chill.
Right.
Didn't have to put on a front for anybody.
Right.
Had their own money, own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Was doing big things, but didn't have to show off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I see that because my dad is that type of person.
Yes.
He does not show off. He doesn't need to. You know what I mean? But he got whatever he needs. And that's the type of person I am. That's why I don't do social media. I don't do this. You know what I mean?
Even though I encourage her to.
You definitely do. So yeah, you know what? I think that may be it. Because like I said, just looking back to all the people that I did date that were outside of my race, they definitely were chill and laid back. You know what I mean? They had their shit together, but they didn't need to go showboat it. And let's fast forward to the black guy that I currently with. Very out
flashy.
there, flashy, very, very flashy,
child.
very flashy. Like
He reminds me of Frank Lucas.
oh
when
my
in
god,
American Gangster when he came with the big
mink
fur
coat. Oh my god, yes, that's him. Like my fiance, he has the big
like,
rims and the
the
bedazzle, the green car,
The
like
chains.
right. And that's very different, very, very different. Like he's a hood ass nigga. He's
Right.
he's very different from but I will say with him, and like I told you before, the thing is with him, it's like he's the worst relationship I've ever been in, but the best. It kind of like contradicts. It's like goes hand in hand.
I'm glad you said that.
He's the best
You're
and the
hitting all
worst.
the points I want to hit.
Yeah, like, and that's how I
Okay.
feel with him. Like, people be like, I just don't get it. Like, in the beginning when shit was going rocky, they were almost like, why are you still cutting? I'm like, because it's never a dull moment with him.
Well, they say
It's a
that
challenge.
with soulmates. Some soulmates you stay with, and some soulmates are just there you're supposed to learn from them.
Right.
Well, both. Even if you stay with them or you leave,
Right.
there should be
It's a learning experience.
thing.
Absolutely.
And some people say that black people and white people are actually soulmates on
different
spiritual
scale.
level, a different level.
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to learn from each other.
I get that. I get
Yeah,
that.
that's
I get
not
that.
too far off.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I've heard that before.
I have. Kind of like an opposites attract type ordeal. Kinda?
Yeah.
Maybe? No? So, let me
Not
ask you this.
attract, more just like you are purposely on a cosmic level without me.
So let me ask you this.
That
When you
person.
were dating, because you're celibate now.
And I got rid of my Tinder. I couldn't do that shit no more.
Oh my gosh, people are weird. So when you were dating, the guys that you were dating, were they outspoken? Were they to
No.
themselves? Or
No.
were you the outspoken one? And they were, exactly.
I'm that one.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you're the loud one, the outspoken one.
And you know what I think about the guys that y'all say is my type? Because they're usually tall and they're dark. And did you know that most CEOs are at least 6 foot and up? Because they did a study. When someone is that tall and they walk into the room, people
They demand their
automatically pay attention to what they have to say. And so I've thought about, what if I like 6 foot guys and up because they automatically
demand their attention.
get my attention without speaking.
Without speaking.
You get what I'm saying?
I get that.
Yes.
I get that. That makes sense.
That makes sense?
That makes a lot of sense. That does make sense.
Because I find a lot of people my height. See, I'm 5'5". So
With brown
if you're
eyes.
around, I am. If you're around my height, even let's say 5'5" to 5'8" or 5'9", some people have a complex that I've never had, the short man's complex or Napoleon complex.
Would you date someone shorter than you?
Probably not.
I don't think I would.
Probably not.
Why?
Because I'm already severely short.
So it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Like,
I don't think I would date anyone. Well, I'm not going to be dating anyone anyway, but I would never date anyone shorter than me.
they would have to really have my confidence. And how many people are going to have my confidence?
So that means it's never going to happen. So you've never dated anyone shorter than you?
No, I am 5'5".
Have you dated anyone your same height?
I am below average.
Have you dated anyone your same height?
No.
See? Interesting.
You know what's even more interesting? What I learned with tall guys, they look for shorter guys.
Yeah.
Specifically around 5'5". And I say that because I've seen it on their dating apps and they've told me they want someone shorter.
But you know what? That goes back to, like, I think guys in general that are tall, they like someone short. Like, we
But
both can't be up here.
I never made a height requirement though. But
Subliminally, you did. Yes.
Subconsciously, they say that's stronger than the conscious.
Yes. Like, you're not even knowing what you're
Not
doing.
even
And it's just
knowing.
like, this is exactly what it is.
Because I've always, Lord Jesus, I've always said though, in my mind,
Right.
when I'm making love to somebody, I want them to be able to cover my whole body.
Wow. Have a lot of demands. I don't know.
It was
I
a
get that,
desire. It wasn't a requirement.
Right, but you're like, I'm okay with it.
But that desire, like you said, kind of manifested itself in real life because that's what I keep. Do you know how many times I hear people say, it's hard to find a man 6? I'm like, that's all I find.
Right, what do you guys look? All I found was tall men with big dicks. I don't know where the fuck you guys were looking.
I'm like,
I don't know where you're looking at. Don't try Tinder. Like,
do not. I suggest Grindr.
Funniest shit ever.
But no, I'm still trying to figure out the whole dark skin thing because I like tall. Right, I'm not gonna say I attract
tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark.
Listen. I'll still date anybody no matter what.
Unless they're white and smell like dog.
If you be white and have dry hair, okay, around me. No,
shower scenes.
When I talk about imprint, I remember like growing up. See, my uncle, he's not tall, but he's very dark, like very dark.
See, I don't like super dark guys at all.
I know. And I always roll my eyes at you when you say
I know, I just don't.
So, but I'm talking about the positive imprint. When we talk about an imprint.
That was your...
My uncle, he taught... I used to work... people will not believe this because I have 19 lives.
Yes.
He does like car detailership and
Okay.
stuff. So I would like help him clean the cars and everything
Okay.
like that, and help him do yard work and stuff like that.
Now you just stand around clutching your pearls. Go ahead.
No, this is why I know what a real nigga is, because my uncle
Showed you.
You get what I'm saying?
What we talked about.
Yes.
The attraction of someone being able to do real nigga shit.
Yes.
Like real shit.
And so I think because he was so dark and he was such a positive influence,
That's where you get
I think
this.
when I grew up, I want someone dark skinned. Not
'Cause
necessarily the height, but
I see what you're saying.
yes.
Like he's dark. He's getting in there. He's getting right. You know what I mean? You're like, he must be outside all day if he's dark.
no, like that is not what I'm saying.
He black as hell.
Stop
I know he
it.
work outside with his hands. He black in the motherfucker.
But even when I say, okay, people, when we talk about me dating women,
Right.
because people like, I can't see you with a woman, da 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 da. But as I told you, no one has ever fought me when I said I'm an alpha male.
Yeah.
Because I have an alpha personality.
Right.
That's what bitches want.
Exactly.
Someone who know how to do shit, not looking around.
Exactly.
If something got to get done, I'm going to find a solution.
It's like, what we're going to eat, bitch, we're going to eat here.
Right,
This is what
that's
we're
me.
doing.
Right.
We're saying we not about to keep playing this game.
Not for
This-
15 minutes.
Right. This is
And
where we're
so,
going to eat.
If people knew the other sides of me,
Then they would
you just,
understand.
like when I was like, yeah, I used to, do the forklift, and you were like, what?
Right.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
I
Yeah,
tell
exactly.
you, I know how to do shit. That's why I expect so much from a
other
nigga.
people. Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
like, I can do some shit my own. Don't
Right.
forget, I'm a nigga myself.
That part.
You
So
get-
you're like, wait a minute. Like, so if you can't do more,
You get what I'm saying?
just as much or more. then
Yeah.
What is this?
Because I'm not gonna be out here looking stupid like I can't survive. No, I'm good.
Because
so
people
bring something to me.
But people are in denial when they act like that a relationship is not about a gain. It's all a game. People are not getting with people just because.
Right.
They're getting with people because there's something to gain.
Yes.
And people are like, no,
Yes.
I'm with them because I love them. But there was something there that got you there. It wasn't just because you just like the conversation.
Exactly.
In your mind, you see something, some kind of gain with you, whether it's,
Even if
it's some kind of
something
gain.
as little as social clout.
Yes.
It can be
Yes.
As little as that.
Yes.
Or like somebody have a trophy on your arm. You're
Right.
still gaining
You're
something.
still getting a
Yes.
gain. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like even if it's a conversation, a good conversation is a
Yes.
gain because sometimes people are like, I don't have nobody to talk to. Oh my God, what are we
They're
gonna do?
mentally and spiritually starved.
Exactly. So
You
they
know?
got somebody that can mess with their intellect.
Someone
And
to
so-
get those
exactly.
wheels rolling in your brain.
That's a gain still, and people are in denial. And they be
because
like,
that's my, I don't want to say superpower,
Right.
but every time I talk to somebody, they always like, I never saw it that way.
right.
So people are always trying to pick my brain. I have to stop people sometimes because I'm like, I am not a science project.
This is not what this is.
You
Which
know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
that. I get that because I'm really good at like getting people to open up and
Yeah.
talk about.
Okay.
I'm really good at getting people to open up and talk about their stuff. Like even going to,
Yes.
like we talked about, even going to a psychiatrist. By the end of the conversation, I'm asking them questions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a revert. Everyone's like, you always like playing mind games. It's not about
It's not a
mind
mind
games.
game.
It's not.
No.
It's just like I know how to get into people's heads. I know how to
Yes.
talk to people. I know how to switch it up. Like you know what I mean? Like
And me and you have been around, I won't say nobody's name, but we've been around a couple of people where they're like, I'm usually never this open with people.
right.
Yes.
Right.
They're like, I feel comfortable with you too.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep on talking and buying that drink. And buying the drink too. Tell us more.
I mean, do you remember they were like planning a whole murder scene at the
Oh
bar?
my God. They were so open. Like
We're gonna leave our spouses.
right,
and
we do this
we
all
thought
the
about
time. Like this is like the third time. Like he'll get married, she'll get married, and
Yeah.
then we all make them all come together, and then we do whatever we do, and then they leave and they just die. And
Yeah,
then, like mysteriously, right? And then they like
yeah,
go,
I know
that-
my first two died.
Right, right. They were so open. I'm like,
Like-
are we suspects in this?
Right, like
we
what
didn't
is
know,
happening?
and they were so happy about
They
it to
were
talk to us.
so giddy.
Yes, yes.
Like they just knew we weren't gonna tell their secrets
at all, at all. I'm just like, just give me some more firecracker shrimp, and I'm good.
Right? Oh my gosh. Is that still open?
I don't even know.
The top of the
Hilton. The old
Wyndham.
Hilton. Wyndham. It used to be the Hilton. The top of the Wyndham.
And it was called the Pinnacle. That was
The
the
Pinnacle.
yes.
I was just looking at pictures when we went there.
Really?
Yes, it was so fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
I think that's when we first ditched Tiana. And
It
started
is
hanging
because she
out.
texted us both like, so y'all just going out without me? Y'all just going out without me? Probably.
That was a trifling time
She
in my
was
life.
so salty about that. Like, and I think we went there twice. So we went there the first time. I think they were closed. No, we went there the first time and they were open. And we went try to go again and they were closed because their hours are so weird.
And I wonder if they're still open now.
I wonder.
Because I want to go back.
It was. We met the bartender. The bartender was really nice.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We always, like, people just like us.
Yes, we're very likable
and so
people.
sometimes people need that person where they feel comfortable and they
just,
can
yeah, because they didn't know who
vent.
they were going to tell about them offing people. And they're like, and then tomorrow we're going to our kids' baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were in town for a baseball convention. Like, this is
still
bad.
don't know how to feel about those people.
I don't either. I'm like, you have children around
And
here?
yes, if you're thinking they were napkins, okay?
Yes, they were. They were so happy. And this
Probably a
restaurant
20/20
was
special by now.
that part. And this restaurant is so like upscale.
Very upscale.
It's very upscale and it's very discreet because it's like here and then around the thing is the actual restaurant.
Yes.
And which is crazy because I remember I took my kid's dad one year for his birthday there, and I think we ordered like 2 things, and then I had his plate decorated. It was like $400 something, but it was worth it.
Y'all must have been at the Nick and Nino's portion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have to make reservations and all that, like because
I know they're still open.
are they?
Yes.
But the Pinnacle Lounge, I don't know if it's still open.
Because it was already kind of like hanging on by a thread then.
The Pinnacle Lounge?
Yes.
Yes, that's why they were like, we're open Tuesday through Friday. Then it went, we're open Tuesday and Friday.
Right.
We're just open Fridays.
Right.
So I don't
I'm
know.
sure 2020 really took them out the game.
Yeah, because
You know
they
what
were
I mean?
just like, they were trying. They were trying. But yeah, we're like, yeah. And then it was like hell trying to find a park to even get in there.
Yeah.
Then like getting in the elevator was like going to the 150th floor or some shit.
You know, in those elevators in the hotels, they still skip over, what is it?
Yeah, it's
the
like
11th one?
yes.
Because superstition.
Yes.
I'm like, y'all really taking
Remember
this
that they did?
far.
They were like, it goes from 10 to 12.
Yeah.
We're like, where's 411? There is no 411. What are you talking about? Why is there no floor 11? So is there anybody on floor? It was weird. They did. I forgot about that. They did. They're
I'm
like, yeah.
this is real life. This ain't a movie.
Right.
Like,
They're like, there's no 11. Oh, okay. So it just goes 10, 12.
I
Okay.
think there's rituals going on in there.
That
somewhere.
part.
Check the basement.
Man, check that. Because you couldn't even push 11. It's not even on the number.
It's not even there.
That
I
is-
almost wanted to walk the steps and see.
Just to see if
Yes.
it goes from 10 to 12.
Like,
we're
like a secret floor or something.
right. We need to find 11 immediately.
Yes.
So if you don't know, now you know.
So I think we had a great conversation.
I think so too. So
Yeah.
the moral of the story is Aaron does not like dating outside his race.
I never said that.
You dated 2 people. That's like the
I didn't date. Wait, it wasn't dating.
Wow, see now you're like, you sound like the racist white person that's like,
It was appointments.
I'm not a racist. I have 2 black friends. That's what you sound
Not a
like.
racist. I had 2 white dicks.
It's got to count for something.
1.5.
Oh, before we go, I have
One
one more
income.
question for you. Do you believe a white person or a white female can date a black person and still be racist?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was going to say, I see that too.
Yeah. Oh,
So what is the gain?
what's their angle?
Yeah, like what is there? Because I've seen that. Because you see relationships like, oh, I think this, but how they talk to them, it's just like, do you think
Well,
it's a slavery thing?
No, it's like what you said. Everybody looks for a gain when they're with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
A come up.
Okay.
A lot of times these racist white people who date black people, the black people have something they can gain from.
Touche.
Whether it be money, kids.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times let me just say it, when a white woman's with a black dude, that means the white men didn't want her. She's the trash to them. So she still want kids. How she gonna get her kids if the white men think she's trash?
Ooh.
So she needs that nigga sperm to get her
Not
kids.
the nigga sperm.
Yes.
Not the nigga sperm.
So this is the Vincent-Tennell podcast with
Petite Nina.
and I think we had a great episode. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Google Podcast.
And we're on Facebook.
And if you guys want your own podcast or have music you want to do, Zach is available.
He is.
Zach, do you have a handle? IG?
Should be Zach Dable.
Zach Gable? Dable.
D-A-B-L-E?
D as in dog. Zach Dable.
Wow.
On IG?
Yes.
Okay.
Zach Dable.
Yes, he does music. He does podcasts.
Engineering.
Whatever you need. He's a cool-ass white person. You know, we've been talking trash about white people the whole hour.
But he's awesome.
He's one of the Quakers. He would have helped us in the Underground Railroad.
He would. Just don't bring your hair stuff because he'll steal it.
Bring oil, Shane, bitch.
Right.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank
Another
you.
episode. Donate if you want to keep this thing going because this is not free, but we got good views, so
Keep it going.
Icons out.
Bye.